So we've just found this little old ruin of a cottage, and we're near to a place called Cenarth. And there is a story from this place, and I will tell it to you now. And it is of a time when people were close to the land and to the beings of nature that lived in the subtle realms. There was a man and a woman, man and wife they were. They had a wee baby, a beautiful bonny boy. And the time had come for the haymaking. And so that they could do their duty and go and help bring in the hay, they called upon an old woman called Old Sarah, their neighbour, to come and look after the child. Old Sarah's sight was failing, and she would fall asleep at the drop of a hat, but her ears were still keen. She would hear the baby cry, and she could call out and be heard in the fields where the parents were working. And so she sat, dozing in the little cottage. The sound of the baby crying made her wake. She got up and went to the door and called out across the field, "Hey-oh!" The baby's mother came running, ran into the house. The poor little child, his face was screwed up with crying. He was ugly and strange looking, but she picked him up anyway and put him to her breast. But even when he was satisfied with milk, still his face was wrinkled and strange. He was like a little old man. She was horrified, placed him quickly back in the cradle. They called for the Din hospice. He came at once. He was the only one who would know what to do under such circumstances. "This is not your child. This is a changeling," he said. "And there's just one way to deal with a changeling." He picked up a shovel. He placed it into the fire. And when it was burning hot, he held it over the face of the little child, now sleeping in the cradle. The child wiggled and struggled and began to cry, but the woman, she just left it be. The Din hospice stood holding the shovel in front of the child's face, until at last a little old man jumped out of the cradle, ran around and around, and somebody opened the door and out he fled. They watched him go, and when they returned to the cradle, they saw to their great relief that their own baby was back there in the cradle, none the worse for its time with the Tilth Teg.